All right, kids, here we are for another one, episode 5 of the Santa Clarita Diet.
See.
And again, we're still on that trend. It's rising. It's getting good. It's
Okay, good. Yeah.
This is exactly how you want a show to go. You want it to start off, well, ideally you want it to start off strong and keep getting stronger. But we started off, a little mild, but we've gotten better, and I'm actually very much into it now.
Right. I think it was what we sort of said it was, like, hey, you got to establish all these different things and set them in motion, and now things are moving.
So now, you're like, what's happening next? Let's go. Come on.
Right. So, it's been somewhat predictable. We have called a bunch of stuff that's happened, which is fine. But also there's some curveballs. As we thought, Abby, it opens, Abby finding the body in the freezer.
Yep.
And actually, we're not going to, recap each thing as it happens. We'll just sort of say
just
the
breeze
things,
over it,
fucking whatever. Breeze over it, glance over it, graze over it.
We're going to glaze it like a donut.
We're going to glaze over it like so many delicious popskis or whatever. So Abby finds the body in the freezer, and the whole episode is basically spent with her being like, yeah, really? We could do that. Just, passively, aggressively fucking with her parents because now she knows this, and she's like, I can't believe you're still not telling me.
Of course, because you also don't know what's a lie anymore, because if you're lying about this, everything is presumed a lie. When dealing with a liar, you can never assume anything is the truth.
And all these obvious, fake things of if I leave the car now, I'm going to miss all this twin talk and all those things that she was dropping, which I thought
we're just arguing to see what we should have for dinner. He wants chicken, but I want beef.
And she's like, how will it resolve? Or something like that. Which was pretty good. The whole thing was good.
But so where we left off in the last episode was, the neighbor, Dick Cop, he found the finger. And we were wondering, how is that going to play out? I had some theories, but it played out almost on the head in a very direct way that I would not have seen coming. Where he just literally says, yeah, found this finger. You killed a man. I know who it was. I ran the prince. You're going to murder someone for me now.
Yeah, I was going to say, so the curveball here is not, because we said, I guess he has to kill this Dick Cop. Obsessive ant cop.
Yeah.
Because what else is he gonna do? What if though that cop, says,
blackmails him?
I'm not gonna turn you in. I want to be your friend. And you know what friends do for each other is they murder people when they leave town or whatever. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So
he assumed that he was that she was having an affair with Nathan Fillion, and he, out of a jealous rage, killed him. And he's kind of impressed that he had the balls to do that. And he's like, you know what? You're going to do this again for me. I'm going to go on vacation, and you're going to murder someone.
Right, you kind of got away with it, and I have someone I want you to kill for me now.
But honestly, in quotes, a good cop, because he's like, this drug dealer keeps getting off. I need you to kill him.
So that was like curveball part 2, where we assumed it was, okay, no, hey, you're not going to pull anyone, you're not going to put one over on me. Spin class is bullshit. I knew as well. My wife is having an affair, and I want you to kill this guy that we haven't met yet or whatever.
I still think that will happen.
Yes, that just isn't currently happening.
Exactly.
For whatever reason. But so we should just backtrack slightly. So we should just say it in order, I guess.
Sure.
Serbian grandmother.
Yeah, she translates for him.
Man eat man to live. Without cure, man will die.
On second viewing, that first picture was very clear.
Yes.
For some reason, it's like when you are looking at something and you're like, is that an old woman crouching with a knife? And it's like, oof. Oh, it's a garbage can.
Oh, it's a duck.
It was like, what? And I was like,
I think the part, so yes, me too. So now it's like, oh, that's the first guy's arm this, and he's biting it, and that's just a trail of blood or whatever because he's eating the other person.
Yeah.
Right? Sure.
So it says, man eat man to live, and then, if you don't get cure, you die.
So we had some funny stuff. Dangle comes in. Somebody left donuts in the front yard, eating them and all that stuff. I'm like, it's good times. I don't know why you would ever eat anything that you picked off
all the time. That's a TV thing. People eating things they find in trash cans or on the ground or in the sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that had that glorious sitcom timing beat of when a character comes in and goes like, oh, God, this guy had his high beams on, so I threw my fucking thing, got him right in his face or whatever, and then he goes to the bathroom and someone else comes in. This dick fucking, I kept flashing my high beams to let him know that his lights were out, and then he threw his Slurpee in my face.
Yeah.
It was that whole thing where it was like, someone left donuts outside.
No, it was part of how it's getting good is the timing is nice.
I'll bring you another empty box, because she's like, no, it's for peasants, throw out in the yard, and give me box, though, I use box.
Bring box, I like
yes. So, like, maybe there's a cure. There's an old Serbian book we have to get our hands on.
He found one more
whatever.
page that he may or may not get translated, but he also has a beat on this book. He has a blurry picture in an email, and his other cop friend, the one who's not a dick, who is his smoking buddy apparently, is going to search for him.
Yeah, that's actually so. There's like there might be a cure. He has a little thing with Drew Barrymore where it's like you want to be cured, right? And she's like, yeah, I guess. He's like,
because her life is better aside from that.
But he keeps saying like, honey, you eat people. We have to get a cure. She's like, I know.
I don't have to sleep
I have
as
so
much.
energy,
and
our sex life is great.
My skin is glowing. I made that one up, but that's
There's
what she
all
would
these
say.
things. Yeah.
And I was like, but you're eating people.
Honey.
I know.
but they were all bad or something like that. They can pull that later.
True lies.
I wonder if she'll never have a cure or not, but she's not sure she even wants the cure, which makes sense.
For the sake of this being a show, she really can't get a cure, or she does get a cure, and they've let out plague elsewhere, and they're the only ones that know it's there, and they have to stop it. You have to have a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Obviously, this has to keep going for the sake of the funness of the show. But yeah, he's smoking weed with this cop neighbor, and you said smoking buddies, which I didn't even consider if maybe they've done this before, which makes sense, I guess.
I immediately was like, so what is their relationship? Have they grown up in this town forever? Does he know him? Because they're playing guitar together. They may have had a band back in the day. He mentioned how he used to play guitar, but he was never that great. But, like, you don't just, like, be like, hey, cop, want to come over and smoke?
I know. Very
like
weird.
That, they have to have been friends for some time or something. But it was weird.
That makes a lot more sense. I took it like it was just like, I need to relax. Are you doing anything today? Oh, you want to smoke a doob? Yeah, no. Like, you play bass. That's crazy. I play guitar. You want to play? And they just did it like off the cuff. But it makes much more sense if this is their like thing. I love when a character drops a thing like I used to play guitar, but I don't really anymore. And they have him playing guitar at some point in the show. That's good times. Were you gonna say that? Nothing? Yeah.
No, it's cool. I like them being friends. I think that's cool. At the very least, it was the reason to have the ability to find this person who you have an old email address for and a blurry thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that would be able to find somebody by that, but he's a cop, maybe, whatever.
But now we have this great thing. If I have a cop friend, we're doing X, Y, Z. I have the other cop that we both hate for all various reasons. Let's be friends. Oh, by the way, though, kill people. Do you think he actually wants to be friends, or he was just like phrasing like?
I would imagine it's just phrasing. But he did strike me as like just crazy enough that. Yeah. Maybe he also wants to spray ants together. I have no idea.
When he came in and did the thing of like, I smoked the marijuana with my black lover and do the sexy time or whatever the fuck, right? We were both like, what the fuck?
Like, what is this? And
is
Timothy Olyphant said it best where he's like, what was the desired reaction for that?
What were you hoping for, bud? Yeah. And that's like, wah! Oh, the baby, I gotta go.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Please don't leave me alone with him.
Or like, please don't. Oh, you just nuked it out of my brain. It was this great thing. Please don't leave me here alone without, or like without you, or something like that. Some fun. It was
said well. Timothy Olyphant again. He's great. His timing is good. The way he delivers things is nice, and it's like it's slightly off the way you would expect it, and that's what makes it good.
Yeah, his like timing and his whatevering and because he's nailing the awkward suburban. I don't know what else to call it. Your dad,
has like great
or we could do this, but not even. It's not the super awkward. It's the super like something else.
It's the actual line delivery that is really good.
Timing.
So at the
speaking
same
of awkward, speaking of awkward, Eric kisses Abby.
I was leading into that actually. I was gonna say, so we have our body is found in the fridge, and this drives her to the neighbor to kind of vent and say what's happening, and she's saying, you just gotta tell people what you're thinking when you're thinking it. No. And he leans over and kisses her, and she reacts as you would.
Oh.
And he goes, no, I was just proving my point. See how you went to defend my feelings, but you were lying. That's the same way your parents are doing to you.
They're lying.
And he's like, oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Sorry if I embarrassed you by thinking you actually wanted to kiss me, which I took to be like, oh, maybe she's like, or whatever.
No, he obviously loves her. The second she leaves, buries his face in the pillow, and he's he's like, I fucked my whole life.
Yeah, so I hope they end up together as we were hoping they would be.
They will.
They have to, right?
She has no prospects.
She
and he's got no hope with anything else.
Like that like she actually is.
It could be like your typical
bonding with him
sitcom where
over
somehow
time.
he will find somebody, they'll date for a minute, and then she realizes what she lost, and they get them. But that's too sitcom cliche, and I think this is beyond that.
We don't have time for that. We're halfway through the whole
It doesn't
show.
have to happen this season.
I guess I want it
A
to.
potential show lasting forever here.
I was like, are they fucking? They should be fucking.
One
So
day.
the person that Dan, I think, Dick Cop
Dick
wants
Cop.
him to kill, Sourpuss McGangsterman.
His name is Loki. He's a big man who always has a scowl on his face.
Yep.
Mugshot to chillin'. Always a
I
scowl.
laughed out loud because they show his like mugshot he shot, and he's got this like angry look on his face. Then it cuts to him just sitting on his own couch, and he has the same like look on his face.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
The chain saves saves him. For all of our talk of like, really, is this what is like this her move? She totally would have had him. Except,
Yeah, if he didn't have the
except
chain,
she
she
bit his
would've had him.
chain. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a big gold Mr. T rope.
Mm.
But she still she nicked him at least a little bit. Then he
Yeah,
stabs
makes
her.
a big deal out of it. Like I think I bit him. I don't know. Is that how it spreads? And
Yeah.
then whatever happens. But yeah,
He
there's a whole
stab-
fight
He
scene.
stabs her. She stabs him, and he eventually gets away. Timothy
He
Oliphant,
walks out right past Timothy O, who and
because he
he's
kind of bitched out for a minute.
he's feeling it, right? The cop guy called him like a puss. She even said something
yeah,
like
she alluded to kind of the same thing.
yeah. Well, after earlier saying like, "Oh, she assumed you killed him. That's sexist," and he's like, "Yeah, honey, that's the main problem here. He's blackmailing us to kill somebody." No, yeah.
So he had his opportunity. He did bring a knife, and
Yeah.
was poised and ready with an unarmed man. He could have stabbed him, or more likely got it ripped from his hand and died.
Oh no, he would have been
But
totally
the
dead.
guy walked past him, and
That's
they
the-
tried to find him because he's seen their faces.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, we have to go after him." Blah blah blah, and that doesn't go anywhere really well.
Not very well,
Um,
anyway. No.
Except, and then was that back in the same apartment?
What was
Well,
what?
at the end, a maid is like, "Hello," and
Well,
he's
no, that was a hotel.
okay.
They
Oh.
they don't have maids at apartments.
They don't have maids at apartments. You're absolutely right.
Something you'll learn.
So he ran to a hotel
Yes.
to like, whatever, hide out and
Mhm.
vomited everywhere like she did at the beginning of the
He's got
show.
the zombie virus.
Did we see like a little red thing anywhere?
I wasn't looking for it, but I'm sure there
It's
was
probably
not there
somewhere.
because they don't have the budget to put little red things places.
I have the same little red thing. I use it somewhere else.
Nah, it's an olive oil now.
Oh, so
But yeah, so he wakes up on the final beat. He's a zombie now too.
she's gonna be eating human flesh and like a foil for them.
He will have less restraint. He will be he's bigger, more aggressive. He's going to be a very direct, Blaine character
Oh, we're talking about iZombie.
from iZombie.
Yes.
But yeah, you gotta have your enemies, and now they have a literal enemy. So, but this is what I'm talking about. Where if she somehow did get the cure, there would be a thing where like they still have to try to foil this guy because the cops are not prepared. They don't know what they're dealing with. You can't tell them they're zombies.
Yeah. When you mentioned that, I thought of iZombie and the whole cure thing and how like, well, we have the cure, but now you can't take it for some reason. And there's only like enough for it to cure one person. We have to cure this person so we can kill him or something crazy
Yeah.
like that, right? Yeah.
So we'll see how this future finds.
Yeah, I mean,
finds us.
so we have learned some stuff. She can spread this to people
Yeah.
by like nicking them and not killing them.
I really wonder how she got it in the first place. And I'm
I
sure there
know.
will be some sort of a flashback at some point.
Right, to some awful
Like,
thing.
she was at a restaurant and someone sneezed on her plate and that's how she got it.
It'll be something
uh,
like, how could you not know that was it happening to you? But whatever.
No, I really wonder because because of how we learned how it happens. We knew her that day,
Yeah,
and within a few hours,
We
like
saw
maybe
her-
8 hours later,
we saw her waking up, so it must have been the night before. Like, what
it
happened?
had to be,
That's
or
crazy.
yeah, I guess by timeline it would have had to have been the day
I
before.
don't know.
And she went to bed and woke up like normal. Wasn't like, wow, I can't believe I was bit by a homeless guy. Like,
yeah,
you know?
right. And she said something like, "No one bit me" or whatever. So